everybody. Welcome to It Happened on a Sunday. I got this 60s vibe going on with the hat. Hey, Cheryl. Cheryl's on in San Bernardino. Turn this air off. Kevin is going to get hot in here for a second. Kevin's in the studio. The Music Heals is in the studio.
So great to see you.
It's great to see you too. We're having popcorn here in the studio. Hope you guys are having some popcorn. Who else is in the studio? Holly Ray, hello. May Sims on Facebook. Holly Ray's on Twitch. Cheryl Dree's on YouTube. Eileen is on. And Vince. New Jersey in the house. My mom is on. Hi, Mom. Janet, my cousin Janet, and Aunt Thelma. Hello, hello. Oh, all right, I got it. I forgot to load something. I think I saw Bill Edwards on, and Bill and CJ in San Luis, Ecuador. Let me not get butter all over my keyboard here. Bill Edwards, yes, that was a very mellow version of Love's Last Cry. Dawn Avery. Actually, Dawn played cello on the record version of that. Hey, Dawn. Dawn and I have a long history of making records, and playing live shows. Dawn, I just came across some of the videos we did, the videos of the show we did at the Lincoln Center. I must post those. Margaret Ryman. Hey, Margaret. Thank you, Eileen, for the super chat. Metalhead Hippie, hello. Hi, Joy. Joy's on, Dan's on, Ronaldo Boom Bomb. I still don't know how to pronounce that last name. Is on. Show Burger on Facebook. Dan Anderson on YouTube. Japsy2 on Twitch. Jeannie Thompson. All right, that's what I keep. I gotta do that. I'll get back to Jeannie in a second. Me Sims in Boston on Facebook. Twitch and DF Dub. I was in Dallas. In fact, here is a slideshow. Where did I put it? This is so Scott, who plays bass with me in Dallas, and he owns G Brat's Guitars, had a big birthday yesterday. I went out to Dallas to check that out, and then I ended up hanging out with Andrew Pierce, who I produced a song for last year, and he co-wrote a song with Kelly Killingsworth, who was just in the studio, and I produced that song. So I hung out with them last night. Andy was playing at a place called Talbert's that I walked in and realized that I had played there, I think in 2018 at the Jimmy Wallace had a the Dallas Guitar Show moved to Fort Worth. And so Jimmy had a pre-festival show there, and I went and sat in. So check this out. This is from my trip, 24 hours in Dallas. See if I can get this happening. There we go. So that was Scott's birthday pool party. We jammed. I got to got to play a little bit bass and a little drums as well. And Scott got to wail away on some guitar. And then I went to a place called Talbert's. I guess I just mentioned that I had played. I think it was 2018 in front of the Dallas Guitar Show when I was temporarily in Fort Worth. And got to see Andy Pierce play and hang out with Kelly. Like I said, I produced songs for both of them, and it was fun. Actually, while I was doing that, instead of playing, because I was playing, I was supposed to transfer something. So this should not kill the feed. As you guys know, Jeannie Thompson is on. Look at that. It's going. Did not kill the feed. So Jeannie Thompson's on. Let me set this up again. Excuse me. Popcorn's getting back to me. I guess I'm gonna put it in this scene. Should I put it in this scene? Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in this scene. Add media source. So Jeannie Thompson in Montgomery, who's watching, and I did a record. Let me find it. And she actually, so Jeannie, as you guys should know,
Dark Dancer, I followed your lead. And if you could.
I don't. Where is it?
Dark Dancer.
I don't know how to do this. Let me talk about it. So Jeannie is a poet and author and many other things. But we'll concentrate on the music for a second. So we went to see Joy Harjo. We went to do something else. I think she was doing a reading and signing, maybe a discussion on a book that she was part of called Old Enough. And we were talked about putting some of her poetry to music. And so Jeannie came here to the chocolate room, and we worked on a piece, and then she came back and wanted to do a couple more pieces and a couple more pieces. We ended up with an album of eight pieces of poetry and music. So Jeannie's poetry from 2 different books, I believe, edited. Jeannie, chime in if you want. Jeannie's on, I think, Twitch right now. And then I created music based off the vibe of the poetry and how she was reading and the vibe of Jeannie. And it was released on Friday on Bandcamp. So let me try and get this together. Hold on.
Dark Dancer, I followed your lead. And if you could have seen what I knew through our...
Oh no, won't let me do it. I can't do it. Let me try it again.
Dark Dancer, I followed your lead.
This looks bizarre.
And if you could have seen what I knew through our touch, we would have been one.
Almost. Look at that. Almost. All right, so let me stop this. Twitch and DFW. I packed a lot in 24 hours. Yes. Hey, Brett. Brett's on Twitch, straight out of serotonin. And Kat. Kat's on Twitch. Where's Steven? Familo. Lucia. Lucia was in that slideshow. Hi, Lucia, on YouTube. Welcome. Welcome to It Happened on a Sunday. All right. So this is the myth of water, just a little sampling of it. But I encourage you to go to Bandcamp and check it out. It's really cool. It's really beautiful, actually.
I followed your lead, and if you could have seen what I knew through our touch, we would have been one. The night comes, I dress, remember my valise, and quietly work my way down the stairs, guided by your presence in me. Alabama again is a place to flee. Alone on sister's front porch, without teacher, scent of tea olive lingering. Your promises fade into morning's traffic until you are no more than a rumble from the street, signaling day. Let loss, only loss, guide me. Not to be yours, Helen. Not to be yours this day.
And there you have it. That was a little excerpt from Dark Dancer. So just go check it out. If you go to the page, Jeannie, can you post it on the link on? I can't copy and paste during the show. Can you post a link on Twitch and on YouTube? In the chats. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Japsy, too. Twitch and DFW, thank you. Yeah. It's fun. I encourage you to check it out. Thank you, Jeannie. Posted the link on to Bandcamp on Twitch, and if you could do it on YouTube, that would be great too. Hey, Sean. Sean's on Facebook. I'm having popcorn and coffee. Big shout out to Acoustic Coffee for the coffee. I'm drinking Harmonic Blend tonight. Felicia in Wyoming, hello. Got Wyoming, Dallas, Montgomery, Alabama, Central California, more Dallas, Oregon, Seattle. Has anyone seen Renee or anything from Renee? I wonder if she's all right. San Bernardino. Thank you, Cheryl. Got New Hampshire. More New Hampshire. Funk Demand. I did not get to do any shows in New Jersey, in New Hampshire. So I did Albuquerque, Cleveland, Long Island, Lindenhurst, Long Island, Shirley, Long Island, and then Toms River, New Jersey. And I went to Pennsylvania because that's where my flights were scheduled, but I could not get the show to happen in Vermont or New Hampshire. I didn't come to New Hampshire. I went and interviewed my friend Mark Phillips, which was really nice. And I drove in a storm and rain, flooding. But it was all right. Defcon Clark. Hello. Hey, Defcon Clark. Tennessee in the house. Hey, Jesse. JJ Bennett in the Mercury. Georgia in the house. Never Not Whammy. What's the story with the mandolin behind you? And Chicago. What's the story? That is a mandolin. I was visiting my friend. I was doing a show or something. I was doing a guitar summit thing in North Carolina, and my friend Tim Noonan took me to a couple of music stores, and that was in there. It's a little mandolin. It's round. I don't know anything about it. It's cool. It's different. Um, yeah, I can't. My hands don't work on a mandolin that well. I've only used it a couple of times, and I've only played mandolin on records like just a few times. So I tend to play a high six guitar and put a capo on it, and or a 12 string and put a capo on it. It's a little easier for me. JJ Bennett and the Mercury. So we have a show. JJ Bennett and the Mercury and I have a show in. Tell me where it's at. I know it's in Athens, Georgia. Jesse? Can you put the info in there and I'll read it out because I don't have it in front of me. Braxel, you saw Andy Timmons last night. It was Andy's birthday. Absolutely, it was. I came in for Scott's birthday, but it was also Andy's birthday last night. I could not make it to that show. Yeah, Andy Timmons is great. It's one of my favorite, one of my absolutely favorite guitar players. Eileen, North Carolina. Are you from North Carolina? Do you live in North Carolina? You like North Carolina? Never not whammy. Neat. Cheryl, you should say different. Yeah, you gotta put the iPhone and the iPads. They autocorrect to the right. If you spell one word slightly off, then it changes it fixes the word to a different word and changes the whole sentence based off that word. It's like it'll change the whole sentence. It's so crazy. All right, so it is August 29th. I am playing a show with JJ Bennett and the Mercury in Monroe, Georgia, at David's 105 Listening Room. David's 105 Listening Room. All right, let me say that like a professional. Hey, JJ Bennett and the Mercury and I will be performing Friday, August 29th at David's 105 Listening Room in Monroe, Georgia. I can't do it. I gotta do it over and over and over. But you guys get the idea. And that's Friday, August 29th. And then Sunday, Rosie's not on. Sunday, August 31st, I'm in Seattle at a blues festival. And forgive me, but it's gone. I can't remember the name of the blues festival. It's a blues festival in Seattle. And then the next day I'm headed off to Australia. And there, I believe that I have a show on August 23rd, Saturday, August 23rd, at the Little House in Waverly, Alabama, on the Standard Deluxe property. Guitar Man 45, hello. Jeff C2, you love that cover photo. So, is that the same? That's not the same cover. The photo that's Jeannie. I forget. It's a friend of yours who did the photos. And my brain's gone. If I don't, I should write it down. But I have a billion other things to do right before we go live, just to make sure it happens. Yes, Jeannie will tell you who did the photo, the cover photo. Let's see. Anything else coming up? I can't think of anything else. There's other shows coming up, but that's it up until September when I hit Australia. I'm gonna go play a little bit more. Wayne Sides is the photographer for all the Myth of Water photos. And actually, there's a book called The Myth of Water that Jeannie wrote, and you should check that out as well. Oh, Jeannie, you remind me. So when I get back from Australia, there's a lot of stuff going on. One of those things going on is we have a listening, I don't know what we call it, Jeannie, performance. We're going to perform some of the pieces, and we'll play some of the other pieces and talk about collaboration and how it all came together. So that is going to be in Montgomery, Alabama, if you're close by, on Tuesday, October 21st. Tuesday, October 21st, 5:30. There you go. At where's it at? At the New South Bookstore. Right, Jeannie? The New South Bookstore. Yeah, yeah, Twitch is on Twitch. Hello, hello. I'm gonna play a little bit more. I'm over my time limit, but I'm gonna play a little bit more. If you guys are okay with that, I'll just play a little bit. Braxel, he's asking if he should get a fractal VP4. I don't. That's a hard question to answer. I don't know what kind of stuff you like to do. Do you like using lots of effects? The effects, it's all effects only. There's no amp sims in the VP4. It's great. I have one. I did some factory presets for it, or at least one or two. Can't remember. And they make some of the highest quality effects out there, and a ton of them. It sounds great, but I don't. If you're not a huge effects person, I'm not sure if that's the right thing. If you are, that's great, and it's actually very laid out, very easy to work with. All right. Hey, everybody. Thank you. It's an hour and 40 minutes for an hour show. And the hands are starting to happen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I had a good time tonight. I traveled today, so I was a little tired, frazzled when I first started, trying to get back into the vibe. But then I got in. You guys helped me get back in the vibe. Thank you so much. Stephen, thanks for coming, for making it. Welcome back. Kat informed us you were on a plane. You just got off. So welcome back, Stephen Famillo. Cheryl, thanks for returning your friend Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Welcome to It Happened on a Sunday. This is what it's like on Sunday nights. It's acoustic, it's mellow. Tuesday nights are rockin', usually rockin', bluesy rock stuff. Less improvised. Or improvised solos, but song-wise, there's a lot more songs. Braxel, cool. Hope that helped with the. I didn't see your reply on that with the VP4 answer. Hi, Eileen. Yeah, cool. Wrapping up the weekend. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl's a massage therapist, and she was my neighbor, so that was great. Yeah, it's a bit far now, Cheryl. Vince, thank you, Vince. And you guys check out Vince's show on tomorrow night, on Monday. Vince Janella on Monday Night Live. Braxel, yes, as long as it's not a private show. If I can get a public show, that would be great. Oh, you're going to use the VP4 with a sure reactive load. Awesome. Very nice. That should work then. Thank you, Metalhead Hippie. Let's see who else is on here. Shabsy 2. Sherry Mobley from Tulsa. All right. I play with a Tulsa artist, Joy Harjo, United States Poet Laureate Joy Harjo. I've been in Tulsa a bunch. She's the only three-time United States Poet Laureate. Muskogee Creek native. Awesome poet. Author. Maysam, thank you. Jeannie, thanks for putting the information there. Check out Jeannie's record. Thank you, Kevin, for hanging in the studio. Kevin brought carrot cake. Yes, the hot chocolate room. Oh, I forgot to put the air back on. Sorry, Kevin. I turned it off. Yeah, Vince, Braxel, Vince has a VP4, right? I'm pretty sure Vince has a VP4 as well. All right, it's time for, do I not have the quote? That's what I gotta do. You know, I always say I gotta fix this scene, this collection of scenes, and I never do it. I gotta do it. As always, thank you guys for tuning in on Sunday. It Happened on a Sunday, and a quote by my friend Zach Friedhoff. He's a great singer-songwriter. When I gave all my love and I've gone home, they'll say I was here and I put a little dent in fear, and that I made someone smile. I hope it made you guys smile tonight. I smiled, and I had a good time improvising, and I was messing with cellos and stuff like that before, and so it was good to see that they felt nice and comfortable. Braxel, yes, the VP4 has a new IR loader. Not the new firmware for it, VP4. All right, guys, thank you. I will see you on Tuesday night for Tuesday Night Live with the electric guitar rocking. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good night, Felicia. Got to talk with you about Wyoming. Good night, Cheryl and Sherry and Braxel and Vince and Eileen, Japsy 2, Brian Blaine. Oh, Toronto. Very nice. I was in Toronto last year. Metalhead Hippie. May Sim, thank you for tuning in. Stephen and Kat, Brett, over on Twitch. Yeah, Twitchery, Jeannie Thompson. Check out Jeannie's record. Eric, thank you on YouTube. If you guys are on YouTube, you can hit the subscribe button. That would be awesome. That helps the stream go out. And if you want to support directly, do I have it in here? Do I have it in here? Nope, another thing I gotta fix. All right, you can go to my Bandcamp and buy a song. That'd be great. All right, guys, take it easy, stay healthy and happy, and stay chill. There you go, stay chill. Thank you, Braxel. All right, guys.